That last episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian. Wow. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the music in that last episode, especially the last scene of that episode. And if you haven't watched that episode yet of Mandalorian, make sure you don't watch this video because I'm going to do a lot of spoilers. And we're going to talk about the music in that last scene and how it resembles a symphony in the 20th century. So stick around to the end of the video. You don't want to miss this. Hi there, my name is Eric. I'm a violinist. Thanks so much for coming across this YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. That way when new videos come out, you get notified. And also helps me out as a content creator to provide more videos for you. Okay, so let's talk about that last scene in the season finale of Mandalorian. Oh my God, it is amazing. First of all, the way that it was shot, the way that the story kind of tapered off into Baby Grogu, who originally was Baby Yoda, but now is Baby Grogu. Finally getting into the hands of Luke Skywalker. That was a huge twist. And I was not expecting that at all, as I'm sure many of you who are watching this video were not expecting. But again, this is a music channel, so I'm going to be diving into the actual music of that last scene where Luke Skywalker is going around pretty much killing all those black droids or whatever. So we start out in this kind of like requiem kind of vocals by composer Ludwig Göransson, who is the head music composer for The Mandalorian. And he really outdid himself for this episode because he combined like many classical music elements into this very last scene. First, we start off with this chorale from what you would think is like a Brahms or even a Mozart requiem, which is really dark, and maybe even the requiem kind of symbolizes like the death that is about to happen to these droids. So I like that kind of foreshadowing in the music, kind of leads us on to thinking that, oh, something really huge is going to happen. There's one specific moment, actually a couple moments in this fighting scene where Luke Skywalker's like chopping off droid heads and everything with his lightsaber. But there's a very small musical segment that I want to emphasize right now. So if you're a classical musician like me, you might recognize this kind of thematic material. Even though the notes are kind of not the same, you might recognize this from a 20th century composer, and you might have guessed it, Dmitri Shostakovich. Specifically, what symphony is this kind of thematic material that Ludwig Göransson is coming from? Well, let me tell you, it's Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. And this theme is actually right in the beginning of the symphony. And it's kind of interesting to see that connection too, where you kind of have this very similar thematic material from Shostakovich 5 from the very beginning in the first movement to The Mandalorian. And it's just really interesting to see how this composer was able to kind of take bits and pieces from kind of like the classical music repertoire. He might have done this subconsciously, but anyways, it's still kind of fascinating to hear from a classical musician such as myself watching and listening to the music in this episode. I mean, generally speaking, the music for The Mandalorian is like really well done. You see a bunch of YouTube videos all around the world where, you have like these famous arrangements of The Mandalorian. Really well done for Ludwig Göransson to be able to compose this music and to make it such a memorable theme, where we have the space cowboy kind of thematic material and also implementing these classical music pieces or thematic materials. He's kind of like borrowing different kinds of thematic material all over the place. And you know that famous quote, "Good artists borrow, but great artists steal." And I think in this case, he stole some pretty good material. If you're a classical musician like me, what other kinds of elements do you see in the music that kind of resonated with you? Let's start a conversation down below. I respond to every comment, so I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. That way you get notified for when new videos come out. And if you like this video about how I made the comparison, I would really appreciate you smashing the like button. Again, it helps me out as a content creator to provide more videos for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.